Why do so many dogs die before their time? Actress and dog activist Katherine Heigl, who's helped save over 16,000 dogs through her foundation, says she's seeing more issues with dogs' joints, odors, and health than ever before. And after doing a ton of research, she feels there's one place we can look to support any dog's health: their food. So she decided to create something she could actually feel good about feeding her dogs. Superfood Complete by Badlands Ranch is made with over 30 of the healthiest ingredients on the planet, including premium protein-packed beef, nutrient-dense organ meat, heart-healthy salmon, gut-healthy vegetables, and several superfoods vital to your dog's health. And because high-heat cooking can add unhealthy things to your dog's food, Superfood Complete uses air drying, so it gets cooked low and slow. This means it has the convenience of kibble, but the health benefits of whole foods. If you want your dog to experience all these incredible benefits, go to badlandsranch.com/save50 right now to get up to 50% off your order and a 90-day money-back guarantee. Again, that's BADLANDS ranch.com/save50 today. All dogs are unique. Your dog's results can and will vary.
Celebrity voice impersonation not an endorsement. Why go to a single furniture store when you can go to Big Sandy Superstore? Shop and compare America's top 5 mattress brands, plus Nectar and Purple. And choose from over 22,000 in-stock appliances from the top brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Or furnish the room of your dreams with a large selection of American-built furniture. With financing plans for just about anyone, there's nowhere else quite like it. Big Sandy Superstore.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, good morning, angels, and welcome back to Morning Ray. I'm your host, Lan or Alana. I'm currently I don't even know what the word is. I'm procrastinating hardcore because I literally have to leave in an hour to go to Ottawa for Kaylee's engagement party, and I'm recording this episode because I want to get it out, and so I'm going to edit on the plane. I'm going to record it now because I was packing last night and I just was super busy this week. So many things. I went to Tate McRae on Tuesday. Just a lot of things going on. So we're trying to be a little productive queen over here and get this in before I have to head to the airport. Luckily, the airport isn't that far away from me. I'm flying out of Billy Bishop in Toronto, so that's always a nice treat, a nice $5 Uber instead of a $40 one. But anyways, welcome back to my podcast. Welcome if you are new here. And today's episode, as you can tell by the title, is your hot girl guide to getting out of a funk. We're going to talk about getting out of a funk, getting out of a rut in basically like all areas of your life. So if it's in regard to your health, so like fitness and like eating healthy, your career or school, social rut, dating. I definitely was in a bit of a dating rut for a little bit this past week, but we got ourselves out of it. So I'm going to be giving you all my tips and tricks on how I flip my mindset to make myself feel mentally and physically better and just overall just feel so much better. Start off with my current faves. I purchased myself flowers last week. I got a little bouquet of white roses. They were like $25 at the grocery store, but I always try to buy from a local florist. I normally try to do that, but I just saw these and decided to get them. I normally try to buy local, but fresh flowers, preferably white, either white roses or white tulips are my favorite, or even like a baby pink, a blush pink, that sort of vibe. You guys know my aesthetic by now, but it's just so nice having them in your home. It would be even better if a boy bought them for me, but you know, we're strong, independent women over here, and we can buy ourselves our own flowers. Amen. Anyways, I forgot how nice it is to have fresh flowers in the apartment. Obviously, I have plants that are real and they're growing, and it feels really nice to have those in here, but fresh flowers, it just adds a little bit of a feminine touch. It's very pretty, and I love it so much. I decided to splurge on the Shark Flex style. I needed a new blow dryer, and I had kind of been wanting the Dyson Airwrap for a little bit, but kind of like on the edge. I don't know. I prefer just using a round brush and a blow dryer, so I like that I can still have that option with this, but I also was curious about the tools, and I've seen so many good things about the Shark Flex Style, so I decided to do it. I got it from Sephora. However, if you're looking to get it and you have a Costco membership, I would recommend getting it from Costco. I just wanted to have it in time to go away this weekend, but the one at Costco is literally the same price as the one at Sephora, but it has a million one different parts. Like, it has more parts. I honestly didn't need all the other parts, but if you want to get the most for your money, then get it from Costco. It's definitely a better deal. Same with the Dyson, I think. I think it's actually cheaper at Costco from the Dyson. And then lastly, this is so random, but I'm obsessed with Essentia water. I was sent a whole case, and I don't know, I love Essentia water. It has electrolytes in it. As much as I love taking my Element and my Hydrolyte and my electrolyte powders, sometimes I just want to drink water that tastes like water, and Essentia is just like, it tastes like normal water, but this sounds like a fucking ad. I'm so sorry. This is not an ad. This is not sponsored. They'd have gifted me, but this is not sponsored. But it has electrolytes in it, and it's pH balanced. I think that's better for you, but the electrolytes is where I'm getting. So really, really love Essentia water. If you haven't tried it, definitely get your hands on it the next time you need to buy a bottle of water. Obviously, use your reusable bottles, but if you're out and you need to get a bottle of water, try Essentia. Let's get into the bulk of the episode. Let's talk about being in a health rut. And what do I mean when I say being in a health rut? So like, you're kind of frustrated with where you are with like your workouts, or maybe you're annoyed that you're not seeing progress in the gym. Maybe strength-wise, you feel like you're not getting stronger. Maybe you're just like icked out by all your meals and all the recipes that you've been having all the time. I know that definitely happens to me a lot, especially lately. I don't know, I just get icked out by so many foods and nothing seems appetizing or appealing, and it gets me in this little rut. But here are a few things that you can do if you feel you're kind of struggling with something like this. Number one, I always love to try a new workout, get excited about a new workout plan. Maybe we're not switching our types of workouts, but maybe we're starting a new plan. So for example, like say you're running, you're going to switch from doing maybe a 5K plan to a 10K plan, or maybe you want to work on speed more. So you're going to start doing more speed workouts. Or maybe you want to focus now on heart rate training to get into that zone 2. Like, just switch it up, find a new workout plan, get excited about it, maybe try a new workout class, maybe book a workout class with a friend so that it can also be kind of like a social activity. Make it fun and exciting for yourself. In terms of like eating, the whole like nutrition part of health, find new recipes that you can get excited about. Paige Lorenz honestly has so many amazing recipes on the Dairy Boy Kitchen Instagram. She also is always sharing them in her YouTube videos if you aren't watching them already. I love her so much. Peyton Sardin does a little thing where she makes a little weekly menu for herself and then grocery shops accordingly. You can do that as well. I personally love finding my recipes either from other creators on Instagram. So whether they're lifestyle creators like me that are sharing recipes, or they are straight up like recipe cooking Instagrammers, TikTokers. I love doing that and just like saving them in a little folder. Pinterest is awesome. Cookbooks. I feel like so many people forget about cookbooks. I believe Sarah's Day just came out with her cookbook. I love the Mandy's Salads cookbooks. Those are great. There's so many salads in there. There's also so many different ways to cook and marinate your chicken, your proteins, all of that, which is super helpful because I feel like I just do the same thing all the time. So it's nice for a little switch up. But cookbooks, I feel like we have forgotten about cookbooks. They're also cute decor for your kitchen, for your apartment, your home. So definitely look into that. Indigo, Chapters, Barnes & Noble, I guess in the States. I don't remember what your bookstore is called in the States, but Chapters and Indigo in Canada or any local bookstore. I love Type on Queen Street in Toronto. Have a bunch of cool cookbooks. Yeah, don't underestimate the cookbook. They really know what they're talking about. Also, in terms of getting like remotivated and excited about working out and cooking for yourself and taking care of yourself, follow people who get you inspired, whether it be a creator like myself that puts out a lot of motivational like running and health content, or maybe someone else. I really love Lucy Georgia. She's a British running girly. I also like Jamie Van Sluten. I've spoken about her a bit. There's so many amazing different creators that are always sharing their life and what they're up to, and it can just be really inspiring and motivating and get you out of this little rut that you're in. Make a routine that you can get excited about that's also sustainable. So maybe you need to switch up your morning routine. Maybe you need to switch up your day-to-day. Maybe it's your workout routine. Just switch things up, try something new, get excited about it, make sure it's sustainable. Don't like change a million one things, but slowly work towards this new routine that can really excite you, energize you, motivate you, and feel really good. And then lastly, this is something that I spoke about in last week's episode, but do the little things. The little things add up. Find 3 little things that you can do daily, such as like meditation, journaling, and outdoor movement. It can literally be 5 minutes for each. And try to do that every day. That will make you feel so much better. When we're in these ruts, it's really easy to like fall off and continue to fall off and just stick away from any of the good things that make us feel good. Do the 3 little things daily. Little things add up to more. And I promise you, you will be out of this health rut in no time. On to career. I'm going to focus on career because I'm not in school, but you can definitely apply this to if you're in high school, if you're in university, if you're in college, if you're studying of any sort, to get out of a rut with school and stuff and to get remotivated. I know I had major senioritis like the last year, obviously, of grade 12 and like the last year and a half of my undergrad degree. So totally understand. And I've definitely been in a career rut a million one times, either because I like don't know what I want to do, or the job I was working just like was really frustrating me and I wasn't happy and all of that. So what I want to say to you is it's all about your perspective. It's all about your perspective. It's all about how you look at it. So try to find the silver lining in your job. What are the things that bring you joy about it? What are the benefits of it? Is it a paycheck? Is it your coworkers? Is it the opportunities? Is it your schedule? Maybe you have like a really cool schedule and you finish work earlier than the average person. Find what you can get excited about and focus on that. Like instead of putting all your energy into the things that are bothering you, that are draining you, that are really putting you in this rut, try to find the silver lining of what is going on in your job right now. Get excited about the little things. Get excited about those things that you do love. And again, place emphasis on the things that you do really enjoy about your job. And in doing that, try to seek out other things that you can find in the workplace and other ways you can get involved to really get you excited. My favorite thing to do, not just with my job, but in life in general, we'll apply it to our job and school in this situation since we are talking about being in a career, right? Change how you speak to yourself and about things. So instead of saying, I have to do this, I have to do that, say you get to do this. I get to go to my job. I get to work on all these amazing projects. I get to answer all these emails. Like you have the opportunity to, not you have to. I find that really helps. I do that all the time also with running. Always initially saying like, oh, I have to run like an 18K this weekend. I have to do this run. I have to do that. And I'm like, no, Alana, you get to do that. You're able to do that. Someone might not be able to do that. So it's all about reframing your mindset, changing your perspective, and kind of just like rewriting that story and how you see it in your head and how you're processing it. If it comes to an extreme thing where you're really hating your job, I want to encourage you to find hobbies and things outside of your job that can make your life a bit more fulfilling, a bit more excited. You can start looking for other jobs in the meantime if you are really unhappy and are really in a rut, but also just like try to ride the wave. I think when I was working my last job before I went full-time with myself, there were moments where I was like, I hate this. Like, this is so not for me. Like, I hate this job. And then there were moments a month or two later where I was like, I absolutely love being here. I don't want to leave. Like, I love the people. I love what we're doing. So just like ride the wave, but find the things outside of work that can really bring you joy. Jenna, who has the podcast Fun on Weekdays, she kind of talks about this, the whole like, of like her brand, like finding the joy like on the weekdays. Like stop waiting till the weekend to have fun. Like you can have fun before or after work. Like try to make it work. It doesn't have to be every day. Understand that some people's work schedules are really fucked, but just like try to make your life exciting. You don't have to live to work. I don't know which way it goes. You don't want to be living just for your job.
Being super busy can make it really easy to fall into a dinner time recipe rut, or even with your lunches, any meal, honestly.
can get you into a rut, especially with a busy schedule this fall. You can keep mealtime exciting with over 40 recipes to choose from every single week, so there's always something delicious to discover with HelloFresh. It's truly a no-brainer. It does all the shopping and meal planning for you. Ingredients arrive at your doorstep, pre-proportioned and ready to cook, along with pictured step-by-step recipe cards. It's never been easier. I personally love HelloFresh as a way to get exposure to new recipes, make my life a bit easier as a busy 20-year-old in the city. And I love that it's worry-free, it's super easy, it's convenient, and gets delivered straight to my door. Go to HelloFresh.com/50Ray and use code 50Ray for 50% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/50RAE and use code 50Ray, 50RAE for 50% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, and thank you for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray. I feel like my list of things to buy, to do, activities that involve spending money is never ending around the holidays, making the idea of investing and saving and thinking about your future to be a little bit more challenging, a little bit more overwhelming. Acorns makes it easy to start automatically saving and investing for you, your kids, and your retirement, even during the holidays. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that matches you. You don't need a ton of time. You can create your Acorns account and start automatically investing your money in just 5 minutes. You don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now. That could be $5 a day or even just your spare change. That's right. Acorns can round every purchase you make up to the dollar and automatically invest your spare change for you. And you can get bonus investments just for buying the stuff you need from the brands you love. I personally love Acorns. It's simplified the investment process, which can be overwhelming and intimidating, but it just makes it so simple, so easy, and something more accessible no matter how much money you have to invest. Head to acorns.com/Alana or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/Alana. I'm super excited about today's sponsor. They've sponsored the podcast before, and this is a topic I'm super passionate about. I fear that us as girls struggle with PMS far more than we should, and we really shouldn't. I truly get the worst PMS symptoms. My boobs are sensitive, my face breaks out, my sugar controllings are out of whack. I feel like I'm just a bottomless pit. My mood is not the vibe, and Estro Control has been super helpful in helping manage those PMS symptoms and making that time of the month a lot more enjoyable. Estro Control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth, a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Say no more. Estro Control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, especially if you are someone like myself who struggles with PMS. It was created to help women feel like themselves all month long and to not struggle with the feelings PMS can cause. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Alana at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code Alana for 15% off today.
Celebrity voice impersonation not an endorsement. Why go to a single furniture store when you can go to Big Sandy Superstore? Shop and compare America's top 5 mattress brands, plus Nectar and Purple. And choose from over 22,000 in-stock appliances from the top brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Or furnish the room of your dreams with a large selection of American-built furniture. With financing plans for just about anyone, there's nowhere else quite like it. Big Sandy Superstore.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Like, your job is just there to help you be able to live the rest of your life and do all the things and have the money to be able to do that. Flip your perspective and say, this allows me to be able to go to concerts, to go to festivals, to go try fun restaurants, to travel, to spend time with my friends and family, to get the things that I like to a certain degree. That's on career rut. Now on to a social rut. I feel like sometimes I definitely am to preface, I'm definitely an extroverted introvert. So if I'm by myself for too long, I can definitely become very antisocial. I'll still be social in terms of texting people and stuff, but in terms of actually making plans and going out and socializing and being proactive about that, I will kind of fall off of that. So when you're in a social rut and you feel like you just don't want to see anyone, you're feeling kind of low, maybe you could be a little depressed, you just don't want to be involved with anyone, I want you to look internally and think okay, why do I feel the need to close myself off to people right now? What is the reason why I'm closing people off from me right now? Is it because I need this little social break? I really need some alone time to just recharge? Or is this kind of self-sabotage and I'm keeping myself from my friends and it's only making me more sad and more in a rut? If it's the latter, I want you to encourage yourself to make plans and hang around people that energize you and make you feel good. And I think you should do that always anyhow. It's really draining to be around people that don't make you feel good and don't leave you feeling more charged once you've left them. I picked up on this, I think, a lot earlier than a lot of people, just from experience and talking to friends and things. But I stopped hanging out with people for the most part. Obviously, you can't control every single situation, but for the most part, I don't hang out with people that I leave the interaction feeling drained or tired or exhausted. I hang out with people that make me feel really good, that leave me feeling better off than I did before. And hanging around people like that bring that energy, that love into your life, can really help drag you out of a social rut and can almost add to your life. Take initiative, make the plans. Don't have this victim mentality oh, they never reach out and make plans with me. No one wants to make plans with me. Think to yourself, have you reached out and made plans as well? It's a two-way street. Obviously, sometimes it can be a one-way street, and then I think maybe reevaluate your friends, have a conversation with them. But take initiative and make plans, and make a plan to do something that excites you and is more than just sitting on a couch or just drinking with your friends. There's so many other things that you can do with your friends. You can go on a walk together, you can run together, you can go to pottery, you can see a movie. There's so many different things that you can do. Yes, you can sit on your couch. I love just sitting and talking and having deep conversations, or just shooting the shit with my friends. And I do love going and getting a drink and having a girls' night and just being silly on King Street in Toronto. But just make a plan to do something that excites you. Hang with people that energize you. And I promise you, this will get you out of your social rut. And you don't have to go from 0 to 100. You can ease back into it. Maybe you start with making 1 or 2 plans for that week. And it can be on small encounters, small group settings. So either one other person or 2 other people sort of thing. Encourage yourself to hang around people that really energize you. Take initiative and make the plans. And make a plan and do something that really excites you and excites both of you. And at the end of the day, communication is key. If you're feeling this sort of way, communicate that with your friends. Be hey, I've been feeling really antisocial. Can you help me get out of this social rut? I really want to be social. I know it makes me feel better, but I'm just in this rut right now where I'm kind of just closing myself off to people. And I'd love if you could encourage me to come out and be social, because people can't read your mind. They really can't, and I've definitely been there, and I know you just want to assume that they can, but I'm sorry, babes, they can't. On to the dating rut. I was definitely in this last week. It can be frustrating. It can be exhausting. Going on dates, having the same performative conversation. I've spoken about this. Getting your hopes up, having your hopes let down, being led on, love bombing, ghosting. There's so many things. Bad dates. I've gone on a bad date. I recently went on one. It wasn't terrible, but definitely slight catfish. Like, it is what it is, and it happens to the best of us. And just know that the feelings you are feeling are unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, not reserved just for you. So many people are experiencing the same things, like dating fatigue, annoyance of the apps, feeling frustrated, feeling like they're never going to meet someone, convincing themselves, this is my internal dialogue, convinced that their person isn't in their city. And I swear to God, I'm not saying I don't use Hinge, it's currently on my phone, but my dating life and just like the interactions I have with men is so much more entertaining and chaotic in like such a good way when Hinge is not on my phone. Like, I didn't have Hinge on my phone this past weekend, and I swear the amount of crazy interactions and boys coming out of the woodworks was actually insane. I really don't know what was happening. Mercury was in reverse cowgirl is what I'm gonna say, but I swear to God, my dating life is always more chaotic when Hinge is not on my phone, and I don't know if it's because my mindset is different or just like my energy. I don't know what it is, but honestly, fuck the dating apps. If you don't like them, you don't have to use them. I feel like dating apps, even though like it should put you in an abundance mindset, I feel like it puts you in a scarcity mindset. It really causes you to idolize and put any guy that might be of any potential on a pedestal, which isn't good. So delete the fucking dating apps. As Hinge says, it's meant to be deleted, so delete it. And really encourage yourself to be in this abundance mindset. It's really easy to have a scarcity mindset, to cling on to like one person that you think could be the one and think that there's no others, when I'm sorry, there are so many others. As Tate McRae says, boy X, like there's so many other people out there, and you just have to be open to the energy. You have to be open to receiving and meeting people, letting people in, being optimistic about that your person is out there, that you're going to find them. But in the meantime, focus on you. Focus on spending time with your girlfriends. Focus on having fun with life, because I'm going to assume most of you are around my age. You're young. And if you're older than me, you're still young. Don't put men on a pedestal, because fuck that. Put yourself on the damn pedestal. This is something I've really tried to work on. And I will be honest, I sometimes still do put men on a pedestal, but that's just habit of nature of habit. I don't know. I think it's nature of habit. But focus on you. Do the things that make you feel good. And I know this is so fucking annoying. I hate myself for saying this, but it will happen when you least expect it. And just don't try to force anything. What is meant to be will be. What is meant to find you will find you. What's meant for you won't pass by you. You won't lose what's meant for you. But with that said, you still need to be like open to meeting people and have this energy about you that you're ready to date, because otherwise you're not going to see those opportunities. Like, I still think focus on yourself, but you still need to have like this open energy about yourself and curiosity about as to what is out there in order for things to potentially happen. It sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but I think like if you're entirely closed off and just like so strict on like being independent and being in your independent era and like fuck men, that energy is just gonna push them away and you're not gonna see what's right in front of you. Find the gentle balance, like do the dance of focusing on yourself, but being open and having an abundance mindset and an optimistic mindset. And I really think when you're ready, your partner will find you. I also think like the relationships, this is something I was reflecting. This is kind of going on a tangent, but I had this little reflection moment. It was almost like an epiphany. I really do think, and I spoke about this in therapy with my therapist, obviously, Alana. I really do think the relationships, whether they're friendships or romantic relationships or just people we're casually seeing or choosing to go on dates with, those relationships that we have with those people are a reflection of how we view ourselves in the relationship that we have with ourselves and what we believe we are worthy of. For a long time, I was constantly choosing, not that I still don't ever choose these men, unfortunately, but I definitely feel like the men that I'm attracting into my life are not this anymore, and they're more in alignment with what I actually do envision as the characteristics and character traits of my partner having. But I used to just go for really arrogant, really narcissistic, toxic men who I know were actually have low self-esteem. And I think that was really a reflection of how I viewed myself and what I was worthy of. We're getting really deep over here. I was always outwardly confident, but my self-esteem wasn't the best, especially when it came to dating. And I think all the relationships and situationships and things that I got myself into really reflected that. And these men never really treated me well. They gave me a lot of trust issues. Like I couldn't build trust with them. They constantly put themselves before me. And they just were really not great potential partners. Versus now, I feel like the men that I've been attracting are just like genuinely very nice people who mean well, who are confident but not arrogant. They are driven and goal-oriented, but they're humble. Like, it's just such a different energy. And I want you to take a moment and kind of reflect on the people that you have had little relationships with or situationships or like connections with, and do some inner work and see like, why do you keep attracting like the same thing? Like I really do think you continue to attract the same type of person and you have this pattern repeat itself until you learn the lesson. And I kept attracting the arrogant, narcissistic man until I learned that lesson. I feel like I'm finally past that, but do a little self-reflection. And if you get ghosted, if you have a boy go hot and cold on you and it upsets you and you feel really shitty and you feel rejected and you really had your hopes for that person, focus on you. Listen to good feeling music. I love listening to Olivia Rodrigo, Tate McRae, Shawn Mendes, Justin Bieber. Who else? Billie Eilish. Go on a run, box, like get your frustrations out. Honestly, I highly recommend running to Tate McRae's set list. It will be therapeutic for you. Journal, like let these emotions out, deal with them, give yourself a timeline, and then move on. And obviously, like it will still trickle into your day-to-day life, but don't just like let yourself wallow for too long. It doesn't do anyone any good. The same thing with any of these ruts, whether it's a social rut, a career rut, school, health, anything, or maybe just like a rut in general. Don't let yourself wallow for too long. Give yourself a timeline, preferably like a few days to a week. Maybe it's a day, maybe it's a night, and just move on. I think also with boy stuff, just let yourself cry for a night. Like put on sad music, let yourself cry, let yourself release that emotion. And then the next day, you're a new person. We move on, we hold our head high and on to the next. We are so much better than just being a sad girl 24/7. Obviously, if it is something a bit more severe than that, always reach out to a doctor, medical professional. But I hope this episode was helpful for you guys. I know that I would have wished to have something like this when I was figuring all this stuff out in the past few years. I'm always here to chat. My DMs are always open. I love you guys so much. If you could leave a rating or 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, I would love that. That is how you can help support the pod. I love reading all of your reviews and all of the little comments you guys make on Spotify now that you can leave like little responses. I think it's so cute and I feel more connected to you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys so much and we'll chat soon. Bye guys.
Celebrity voice impersonation not an endorsement. Why go to a single furniture store when you can go to Big Sandy Superstore? Shop and compare America's top 5 mattress brands, plus Nectar and Purple. And choose from over 22,000 in-stock appliances from the top brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Or furnish the room of your dreams with a large selection of American-built furniture. With financing plans for just about anyone, there's nowhere else quite like it. Big Sandy Superstore.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.